Hello everyone, I am Frostbound on my Mr. Chaos the Cunning Wolf channel, and happy Equestria Day everyone! Yep, today is October 10th, the day the Season 1 premiere took place back in 2010. The show is now 9 years old, and by extension, our fandom is now 9 years old. Almost a decade at this point. You know, if we got a season 10, if season 9 didn't have to be the last season, we could have gotten that double digit mark. We could have done it. However, I'm more of a quality over quantity type of person, so I'm all for that since season 9 is obviously the last season and the end of everything is this weekend. That's when technically you could call it a three-parter comes out. I would much rather prefer that season 9 be the last great season rather than them add one more and have this season be a not so great one. So it's kind of the same way my channel has been going, and hence this is an update video. I might as well also just say this here. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have noticed that my average uploads over the span of 2018 and of course this year have been over 100, which used to be my standard goal, but it's not only a combination of the fact that I've been busier. I mean, I have a full-time job now. I'm saving up for a lot of things, not just future MLP conventions, but also for other stuff. But I feel that I want to go by that same belief I have about creating things, and I feel that from now on my channel should be quality over quantity. I feel like I should be putting more effort and a little more editing into each video that I make rather than just make some, well, I mean, it's not really raw footage, just record footage, just paste it in my video editor, or do some editing, rinse, repeat. I don't want it to be that way. I want to actually put my video in my video editor and actually go through it in-depthly. Basically, I want to deliver my small remaining community a quality product. It's like I may have said in some video before that being a good YouTuber or just being a good content creator in general, it's like being a good salesman. Like, you can't just give the customer a crappy product and just expect them to just blindly watch it, and you can't just expect them to blindly like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. They have to genuinely like it. So, I know I've said this before, and I know I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but it's to emphasize my point that it's a shame that we can get that awesome double-digit mark, say that, hey, we've had 10 seasons, or well, I mean, yeah, eventually we are going to be able to say the Brony fandom will be 10 years old. I mean, the Brony fandom isn't going anywhere, so, yeah, there's one thing. But I'm just driving home the point that quality over quantity is usually better. I mean, if you look at my older videos, you'll see that I used to be in that E-fame mentality, but nowadays I don't really care about E-fame, nor do I really care about reputation. I only care about making nice things for the small, little, active, remaining community that I have. I'm not the type of person who would act ungrateful when I say that, oh, I have this many subscribers, but why isn't 100% of you watching it? I said this little cute little thing I've said about my channel before, that my channel is not a concentration camp where you need to stay. My channel is just a simple little fun little nightclub that you can just visit one time and just take off. Not everybody has to stay. That's basically the attitude you need to have as a good content creator. You can't just be getting ungrateful, or you can't just make a video breaking down on camera saying, oh, I'm never gonna get anywhere. A lot of us just have to have that grateful understanding of, look, we just have to work with what we got. We just gotta make the best of what we were given. And now I'm sort of at that peaceful, semi-recreational stage in my life where I'm basically taking that to heart and just, I enjoy making these videos for you remaining people who still know that my channel exists. So, quality over quantity is the bottom line. Anyways, other than it being Equestria Day, the show's 9 years old, the fandom is 9 years old. This was just gonna be a general update of me saying what the future is looking like so far. And I can say it's good. It's not bad. Well, entirely, but as you would expect, Usually during the holiday season, a lot of workplaces will get busy, and the place I work at is absolutely no exception. They say that there's going to be a lot of overtime from November 24th to Christmas Eve, so I think I might actually film whatever I wanted to do for Christmas in November this year, so that I can schedule it for Christmas Day, because I don't think I'm going to be able to. I mean, I booked Christmas Eve off so I can take that off so I can enjoy the stuff that I bought or something. And another thing that doesn't really help the case is, this is something I've been able to conceal for a while, but this time of year is really bringing back chilling and haunting thoughts about that whole falling out that I went through last year. Because this time of year is around the time where it was new. And December is kind of where shit really hit the fan. So you can imagine this is not really an easy time to relive. Especially with everything going on with my job. Now, don't worry guys, it's not a bad job. It's far from it. It's actually pretty easy once I got used to it, but it's really time consuming as you would imagine. And coincidentally, I just don't have as much time to make videos, let alone make art. Like, I have so many character models that I want to do. In fact, I've actually been thinking of updating Frost a little bit. But speaking of OCs, actually, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but I actually plan on making myself a secondary OC. He's not going to be replacing Frost, nor is he going to be taking center stage. Frost is always going to be center stage. He's always going to be my prime character. But I'm going to make another Pony OC that's meant to furtherly emphasize the point that Frostcloud, as much as he may seem like he is not a self-insert of myself. Yes, he may have a similar personality and he may have a similar goal set in terms of, you know, like families and relationships and everything. However, he isn't exactly as mentally brutal as you'd say I am. He's a lot more friendlier. I mean, he does have a bit of a dark edge to him like I do, but much less so. And he's a figure of royalty, which of course I'm not, so there's a difference between us. And Frost is not a Mary Sue. He doesn't get his wings for no reason, but I'm not going to spoil the reason why that is. But, however, my secondary OC, who I am going to name Vivid Peace, because Vivid is supposed to play off my likeness for extremely bright colors. I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, depending on what you're watching this on, I have the vivid color option on my phone's camera set to vivid color, so everything is brighter. Plus, I have the color saturation on all my monitors here amped up to almost 100%, so it's what I'm used to, and it's what I like. I can't stand something that looks too saturated. It just looks too plain, and it just doesn't look good to me. I mean, I know other people have their preferences. Other people would say that this is way too bright, but I guess I'm just my own person with my own needs. But I thought that would be a good first part of the name. Not only that, but Vivid also means a lot of something, like a mass of something. And it coincides with the second part of his name, Vivid Peace. Like, peace comes with a piece of art, or a piece of art, because what I'm doing here is technically art, because I'm making a video. This is filmography. So it plays with my hobbies a lot, and he's not an alicorn, he's just an ordinary stallion unicorn. A very feminine looking one. I sort of want to give him the same kind of body type as Tempest, but not really too much, enough to show that, yeah, he looks kind of feminine, but he is a male. And he's supposed to have the exact same past history as me. He's not supposed to be as positive. Basically, Frostcloud is basically a fantasized positive version of myself, like how my life would go if it turned out more positively. Vivid Peace is supposed to be an exact copy of me put into a unicorn stallion. So this character is supposed to be a self-insert. And you could basically say that Vivid Peace is basically my idea of a spiritual successor to my very first cringeworthy OC, Pixel Star. And I've basically scrapped wanting to do anything with him, to write stories with him, because in reality, he was just an exaggerated character that I created when I was a newbie in the fandom, when I discovered, oh, there's a design your own pony game? Oh, this is cool. I want to make my dumb stuff like that. And then eventually I came up with Frost, which I feel more attached to because it plays off of my love of Huskies, and I feel I'm just more satisfied with it. It looks different. However, Vivid Peace is just meant to be just an ordinary old unicorn who, just like me, likes creating things and has a very troubled past. So I haven't made a character model for him, but his color scheme is going to be purplish blue, purple, and lime green, because it's playing off of my 3 favorite colors. And I know something about creating a good, decent OC is you should always stick with the 3 color rule. You should not make it look like an acid trip. So, yeah, but that's another plan I've had. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to draw him. I mean, meanwhile, I'm just trying to draw and finalize more of the assets revolving Frostcloud and his hometown of Tundra Bay, along with all the other characters surrounding him, like the Queen and the Queen's daughter. There's a lot of characters within the Royal Guard. I mean, the difference between the atmosphere in Tundra Bay and Equestria is that guards in Equestria are the occasional kind of tough guy or tough mare now, because we see some female guards. Sort of that tough guy, yet sort of soft-hearted comedic personality, but they're really only meant to just interject every now and then. They're just meant to be your typical tough-sounding guards that, of course, can't defeat anything for crap. So, however, the Tundra Bay Royal Guard, on the other hand, takes center stage, because some of the supporting characters are actually in the Royal Guard. They're not just background characters. Some of them are actually crucial characters within the story. I mean, some of the Royal Guards are actually some creatures that Frostcloud actually helps. You know, that helps them with their relationship or marriage problems, because, of course, some of the guards are married, so yeah, it's basically supposed to be almost a completely different atmosphere in Tundra Bay. I mean, it's set in the Arctic. It's not set in the lush green valley-filled area of Equestria. I mean, there's supposed to be a small population of ponies up there in snow coats, because realistically, the Huskies and the Polar Bears and the Penguins, they're all meant for the cold weather, but ponies, they're more used to the equestrian weather, so it's meant to make that sort of distinction. It's basically supposed to be that Canada feel, but not so much. I mean, I'm Canadian, so I would know. I feel like I've rambled on for long enough that I need to a point where I don't even know what I'm going to title. Well, I mean, I'm going to title it Happy Equestria Day, but it feels like, other than celebrating the the anniversary just by saying it, which I could have just said in my community thing, but I feel like I guess with the type of brony I am, I feel that it's right that I pay my respects in this sort of fashion in a video. And this day really does mean a lot to me. I mean, I guess to other casual bronies and Pegasisters, this day wouldn't exactly mean much, because they don't really care much for anniversaries, but today is basically a symbol. Today, just like the 2-year anniversary of MLP the movie just a couple of days ago, this day is basically a personal celebration for me. That, because as the good majority of you guys know, MLP and the brony fandom came into my life during a very low point in my life, where I was having a lot of suicidal thoughts. And you can ask any of my school counselors and some of the therapists I talk to. They could go on and on about it. This day is basically a celebration of me finding something new in life. Something that could help me to see that maybe my life is worth living to its fullest. Not in the normal, conventional way that the majority of society would think, but in a way that would give me what I need to power through it and still have good friends, still enjoy the hobbies I like doing. Give me something I could relate to, give me a community of for the most part, some of the most amazing people I have had the privilege to meet. And of course, I'm going to say it again during my season/series finale reaction this weekend, but I'm just going to say here, of course I'm going to repeat it later, but thank you to all of the people who worked on the show, like Lauren Faust, M.A. Larson, Daniel Ingram with all the songs, just everybody. All of the people who make cameos, all the celebrities who made their appearance as, I don't know, Cheese Sandwich, or Lena Hall as Countess Coloratura, Emily Blunt as Tempest Shadow, just everybody. Just... Now, in the case of Patton Oswalt, I'm pretty sure a good lot of you know how I feel about him, but yes, I do thank him for doing a good job voicing Quibble Pants. I mean, despite what his character was devolved into in Common Ground, that's the only thing I thank him for. That's the only sympathy I feel towards him, that he did a great job voicing an enjoyable character in a show that I hold close to my heart. But that's where all my respect for him just terminates. Like, that's it. That's all I give him props for. But still, just to every single person, everybody, thank you for the effort you've contributed to keeping the show alive for as long as it did. I hope you enjoy what things you're going to be doing in life after you, of course, disband or separate, or if you're even going to do that at all. Maybe you guys will still stick together to work on some other show. Maybe some of you will be part of the team that works on Generation 5. I mean, I don't have high hopes for it, but I am going to check it out when it comes out. And this is something I'm also going to repeat in the series finale video, but I don't care how stupid I'm going to sound. I'm just also going to say thank you, Main 6, for all of the days you saved the day. Even though we're not really the ones in danger, just... When you're a brony like me, you really feel a personal attachment to them. You really feel like you're in Equestria. You feel like you're within the land. Even though it may not seem like it now. This fandom is still going to remain strong for years to come, even after Friendship is Magic ends. And who knows, maybe Generation 5 will be good. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't have high hopes for it, but I have this confidence within me that there is a chance that it could be good. There could be a chance that the new characters, or just revamped characters we know, they're gonna have likable personalities still. The world will be interesting. I don't know what the town's gonna be called. I mean, they obviously can't reuse Ponyville unless they do, but... Then I'll remember that lyric from Apples to the Core. Whatever comes, we will face the weather. And I'll also remember that lyric from Shine Like Rainbows, one of my favorite songs from Equestria Girls. Together we stand as the rain begins to fall, and holding our heads up high as the sun shines through it all. And as I've said before, after Friendship is Magic ends, it's not going to be the end of FIM content on this channel. I mean, that's primarily what I want to be remembered for. I've stated before that there are certain things I don't really want to be remembered for, but the majority of things I really want to be remembered for as a content creator is my MLP-related videos, and also my YTP reactions. The YTP fandom is also a fandom that I'm heavily involved with. As I said, hopefully sometime next year I will get started with my nostalgic videos about Friendship is Magic. Probably talk about some moments from the earlier seasons, talk about some of my favorite songs. And I have a more powerful PC that's really been making editing easier for me. It has a larger amount of RAM. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, so it's a very good PC. And yeah, my video editor hasn't been giving me as much of a hard time as when I used to use the laptop, so hopefully my reliable well, of course it's gonna reliably get me through it all, but I'm just saying, hopefully after the holiday season, work won't be too time-consuming, and I will have time to not only check out G5, but also to make nostalgic videos, and also get back into YTP reactions. And for those of you wondering, I do want to do at least 1 or 2 more YTP reactions this year. I don't know when I'm going to have time to do so. I do want to check out some certain Michael Rosen ones that I've been notified that were just uploaded by a YouTube pooper by the name of Captain Plums that I follow. Haven't gotten around to seeing them yet, but they look good. And basically, when it all comes down to it, happy Equestria Day, Bronies and Pegasisters. Our fandom and the show we have loved for so many years is now 9 years old. Here's to next year's 10 years. And anyways, I thank you all for joining me again, listening to me spout more nonsense into this camera. And I'm just gonna go now. So, until the season/series finale reaction, hopefully it'll be up on time. Now, I live in Canada, so Thanksgiving is going to be this weekend, so I'm going to have Monday off, so that should give me an extra day, extra time to finish the video, so hopefully that'll be good. Happy Equestria Day, keep it frosty, and have a wonderful day. Bro Huff.